Hello again, thank you for joining me for another video. So I haven't really been inspired to post much lately. I kind of retracted into myself, and partially based on a comment that I got on a post, which was just so, the vibe behind it was basically, shut up, stop talking, you're crazy and you're wrong. And I've been through enough, so I have to, anytime I have a kind of like a bullying experience like that, where my mind is rejected, my organizing principles are rejected. It's like, well, what's the point? Like, I don't need to put myself out in this position to get harmed. I've been through enough, frankly. So I pulled back, and in the process of pulling back, I've looked at a few other things, because it wasn't just pulling back from speaking, but I've also pulled back from what I am engaging with. And I realized that the only YouTube channels that I'm watching right now that I actually really enjoy quite a bit are all homeless people. And it just made me realize that I have a wound here from rejection. And I tried to talk about this a couple of videos ago, the rejection sensitivity. It's like profound. It's a profound, and it's like at this point not even a sensitivity. Like I'm done. Like I'm just done with attempting to connect and heal and create community. Like it's no longer necessary. I think when we get traumatized young, one of the things that we need is this validation, a return of effort. Like I put an effort out and I get a reward in return. This is how it is when we're kids, right? We expect some sort of reflection back to us. And once you've been traumatized, you're highly sensitive to rejection, because it's probably been connected to danger. And so in my effort to disconnect those things from my inner workings, so that I'm not responding and reacting to rejection, I have to stop looking for the validation. So it's not like rejection on one hand, validation on the other. I am attempting to come to the point where I'm not solving a problem anymore. I'm done with the whole either or, looking for validation and then getting pissed off every time I get rejection. Trying again, let me get validation this way, and then getting pissed off that I got rejection, and over and over and over this cycle repeats. I'm seeking validation, I'm seeking community, get rejected instead, and then get angry, because why wouldn't you? If you're like, I've had to like bring this up several times to my kid. Like, I could totally get it if I was a really bad person. My life would make sense if I was a really bad person. And so I had to question all of my inner stuff. And then once you question all of your inner stuff, what are you comparing to? Am I a bad person compared to other? And then you get into this weird, competitive, judgmental, this whole layer of ridiculousness, because no one's lived my life. So how could I ever compare and actually come up with an adequate, yes, you are more deserving of punishment than this person. They didn't live my life. So the whole thing is just ridiculous. And it is more ridiculous than I am probably doing justice to explain to you. But for me, it's like I only want to talk to people at this point that get it, that get what I've been through, at least on some level. And the only people right now that is true about are people who have experienced homelessness, because it is such a profoundly dehumanizing experience. And the rage it leaves in its wake, the unabashed knowledge of the very little care, concern, ethics, morality, insight, future-oriented goal setting that these things are allowed to ignore. You know, it's a hard thing to heal because it is so complex. And part of healing comes from, you know, a conversation to some degree and a reconsideration of your thoughts on a subject. So that right now, it seems like the only space I can really operate in that is honoring to this part of me that was dehumanized is basically I'm done with that whole validation, prove I don't deserve to be homeless again kind of thing, or I'm going to prove to you that you shouldn't have done that to me. All of these weird games that get played out. So I'm only watching those 4 guys I like to watch who are homeless, and they are healing me, and I appreciate them for that. And I hope I can get strong enough to do the same for other people and be more clear about my opinions on the subject. Yeah. So that's where I have been, and that's where I'm going to continue to be for a little while longer. And I will catch up with you after I have some more clarity on it. And if you're interested in watching these guys as well, so you can maybe learn a thing or two, I'll include their channels below. Take care. Bye-bye.